Good evening, everybody. First, I want to say how glad I am to be back. Y'all, your girl was down bad, as my son would say. I was down bad, man. I had the sniffles, the coughs. I may even do a little in the midst of the video, so y'all please forgive me. But I had to get back on my Trinity 10s. I missed it. I missed being able to give out the information. I miss being able to connect with you guys. I miss being able to shed a little bit of hope, show some light, show some love, show some togetherness when it comes to this business thing, y'all. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It takes a lot out of you mentally, physically, emotionally. And for those of us that are just starting out, let's not even get started on the finances. It's ridiculous. So I am insanely excited to be back with y'all. I thank you for your patience, those of you who follow me on Facebook. If you don't follow me on Facebook, it's Fredrina Reed, and in parentheses, it is Freddie the Trinity Pro. I do post a lot on there. I share most of my posts from like other platforms that I use. So make sure you connect with me on Facebook. I'm pretty active on Facebook. So for today's video, well, this week's videos, should I say, excuse me, we will be focusing on the difference between growth and scaling. So I've done a video previously on scaling and what it takes to scale, what's your scope when you plan to scale, what all have you looked for within your business to make sure you're ready to scale. So when it comes to this, I want to really differentiate it because a lot of people will use the terms interchangeably and they're not the same. They're not synonymous. They are two different things in business that show you two different directions, right? So for the beginning, I want to talk about growth. And growth is the one thing that all businesses want. We all want to grow. We all want to get better. But unfortunately, growth isn't really predicated on what we do. Growth is more so the response of your niche. Growth is the response of your target market. Growth is the buy-in of the customers that you've put out for advertising, right? So a lot of times when we go to advertise, we already know, from my previous videos, we have niche down. From our niching down, we now know how to reach our target market. Once we have our target market and they start to pour money into our business, this is when we start to generate infrastructure. Once we start to hire more employees, we then go from generating infrastructure to putting that infrastructure to work and getting KPIs based on the results of that infrastructure, right? So everything kind of flows. So for this, when it comes to growth, it is an outside response. It is an outside checkoff for something you've done within the business, right? So if you launched a new campaign and the advertisement was great and you got a great response, that's growth. Advertising is a normal part of your business. Advertising is what we all do all day, especially if we're an entrepreneur. You're going to advertise your business. You're going to, let people know, hey, this is what I do. This is a special I have going on right now. As the year opens up, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm accepting new clients. I am getting ready to launch a new product, things like that. That's how you get people going in order to respond and give you that growth, right? So growth is external. Growth is making sure your customers are connected with you regardless of what venture you're on, right? So if you're in natural skincare and then you move on to natural hair care, your customers have already bought into the natural aspect of it. Now you're just kind of snowballing into something else, right? So that's like growth. It's not based on something you've done specifically beyond your normal advertising and business. That's what we do. But it's something that you're waiting for your customers to be like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is it. And by them buying into you, they're now growing your business. You have the ability to check for your bottom line. Make sure you have a secure metric or a secure number that you want to keep in the bank for either liquidity or what you want to invest or however you want to break apart your pot once all of that revenue starts to come in. You want to make sure you look at it in a way that is going to enable you to scale, right? You see where I'm getting at? So we've gotten the growth. Our advertisements have worked. Our products have worked. We have people who are loyal customers. But because they're pouring money into this one facet, I now have a pot where I can decide to be intentional about what's within my company and then growing that as another form of service, right? So that's what it means to scale. I wrote it, let me see. Sorry, y'all. I wrote it down. I'll get back to it. I'm so sorry. But when you go to scale, basically you're taking what it is you do well within your company. So let's say you run great advertisements. You have an excellent customer service team. You have excellent shipping times. You have excellent truckers. You have, secure contracts with these truckers that are long-term and they're constantly looking for more work. They've been loyal to you, right? So you solidify all of these things based on growth. So now that you have this big pot from growth, you're now going to be intentional with how you invest it to scale, right? That's scaling. We're intentional about doing everything we're doing right times 2, doing everything we're doing right times 4, doing everything we're doing right times 6, right? You're going to up it, because you know what you've done well. You've already seen a return on what you've done well. And now it's time to just capitalize on it and draw more to the profit region as opposed to just revenue and overhead as you would be doing in the beginning phases of your business. So that's the difference. Growth is more external, and then your scaling is internal, an internal focus on what it is you need to get done for your company and how you see your company in the future, right? Excuse me. So for some examples, I wrote down Disney. So Disney is pretty busy in March, the summer, November, and December, right? So not to say they're not busy all year, but they are in high demand during those times, right? So that would be their growth periods. You know what's going to come around. You know it's expected. You know Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving is coming, and there's a Thanksgiving Day parade. All of these things like this. In summertime, all of the kids are out. You got to find something to do with them. And most people go on vacation in the summer and find new places to go or continue family traditions, which would be Disney. So they continue on these traditions, and Disney expects this return on what they've already invested in with the theme park and the luxury hotels and cruises or whatever it is. They already expect this, right? So they've grown to this area. Now, to scale means to take the fact that they've attracted people, take all of their reviews, their feedback, all of the hotel reviews or whatever, spruce them up, and then try to invest some of that profit they got from their growth, invest that profit into scaling by creating attractions that are going to bring in more people during off season or off times, right? So January is cold. Most people don't want to be outside. Most people, prefer to be inside and bundled up, even though we are in Florida where Disney is. As Floridians, if it's below 60, we are freezing. So you want to find a way to attract people who may be snowbirds or people who may want to bring in the new year at Disney, right? But it still flows on that cusp of December into January. So that's a normal growth period. But you will want to find something for February. You would want to find something for May. Right before the kids get out of school. You would want to find something for September when things may be going down and kids are starting to return back to school, right? You see what I'm saying? So you want to take the profit from growth and invest in the things that you do well to kind of get you through those slow times, get you through the times where it may not seem like the customers are running to you, right? Their loyalty has kind of died off a little bit. Or they're, just time got away from them. They can't really take time off from work or whatever it is. So you want to invest to entice them to continue to stay with your brand. You want to invest to keep them connected with your brand. Let them know you're doing something different, that, you are still here. If you guys are looking for something to do, even if it's a quick weekend getaway, right? You're running specials. You are creating new events for people to get interested in, like a fall harvest or Oktoberfest for like beer and things like that, right? They're finding ways to capitalize off of where they normally grow. And then from there, they will be able to, like I said, plant it in those areas that don't seem so normal right now, that seem to die off. So make sure you know the difference between growth and scaling. Do not use them interchangeably. Hi, I got real close because I hate when people do that. They are not synonymous, okay? Growth is different. Scaling is different, right? So we are intentional with scaling. Growth is more of an outside response. Okay, you guys? So thank you so much for bearing with me. I thank God that I only had like one little coughing episode, y'all. It's been rough this past week. I'm so over this. But thank you for bearing with my nasally. I'm so excited. You guys, do not forget the Conscious Leader is available. Make sure you go to my Facebook, follow that link, go ahead and get your copy of the Conscious Leader. It is an ebook format, and I will be publishing with hard copies soon. Okay, you guys? But I'm super excited about Trinity Professional Group. I'm ready to see what this year has to hold for us, and it's literally already February. So y'all have a great evening, and I'll see you for part 2 on Thursday's video where we're doing growth versus scaling. Bye, guys.